Okay, I like what I see at the start of this. So up here at the top, really nice. I'd probably say graphic designer if we had some tracking, and we should have the so it fits exactly all the way over to end of junior. So that's something we'd take a look at and doing. Um, Down here with your text, we could probably reword this a little bit to kind of make it, you know, hey, hire me, type deal. Something that says, I'm the best person at social media graphics and so forth. This doesn't excite me as a designer to say, hey, okay. So education, capitalize the H in high. There's some spacing issues like between skills and then your bullet here. There's is closer together than experience in its bullet, so you have to watch out on that. So you got to utilize the space over here. So let's take a look at your muse. Okay, first thing I noticed that you did is you're not using the master page correctly. So you're putting your contents here on the master page. You only want to put what's on the master page that's going to appear on every page. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is you want to create an about page, and you have to click on this plus sign right here, and you need to name it about. Now notice that you're going to have the same content on your home page and your about page because you put whatever you put in your master page is going to appear on both pages. So what we need to do is we're going to take this text that's here. I'm going to cut it out of the master page. I'm going to open up my about page. I'm going to do edit, paste, and placed. That's going to put it in the exact position you had before. Okay. Um, so your master page is you're putting design elements that you're going to appear on every page. That would be like your header and so forth. Okay, so on your master page, I don't have that right font to install, but on your case, where it says graphic designer, see, I would want, yeah, say well, let me see if I can replace that. I don't like to download fonts, but yeah, it's not. I'm going to choose yeah, just leave it that for right now. But what you want to do is take graphic designer, you go to your text panel, you have an option that you can increase like the tracking. So, oops, well, and actually I can't get to it here, so let me get it. I might have to, there we go. Get the right one. And that's what I'm talking about spacing wise, so it lines up with the R and so forth. I think that'd be nice. Now, once you make your change with some text, what I'm thinking that you want to do here, you probably want to add some column guides. You definitely want to line this over to the rulers. So let's see here, what can we do to really help enhance this? You know what I'm thinking you might do? Let's move this down a little bit. Oh, you know what? Let me go back to your master page. So what you're doing here is you're over on this master page, especially in the body section, you're creating a rectangles with this color, and that will cause issues down the road. So I'm going to I'm going to first add that to my swatch panel. What you want to do is you want to go in and delete that box on your master page, and you want to change the page fill to be that color. Okay, now this yellow box that you have up here at the top, if you want that, that's going to be in the header section. So what you want to do is you want to move this header ruler down so it's at the bottom of that. Okay, and the same thing for this box down here for the footer. I'm going to move this footer guide up, and then I'm going to go in. Oops, looks like I got to move everything up. Then I'm going to right click and I'm going to make sure it says footer item. And that's going to appear at the bottom of every page. Let me move that back up, just like that. Okay, so if you don't do that, it's going to make some things and let your layout come out a little bit different. Okay, so let's move that back up. Now, what I would suggest doing, because I want something visually, you're a designer, you want to bring something out, maybe, let's move this down. So maybe we do something like this. Do you have a photograph of yourself that's professionally done? You know, what I'm thinking that you do is we'll put a little circle here for our graphic. Then what you do is you do a file place and you find a graphic of you that's professionally done, that is good contrast and all like that. I'm just going to choose a pet, and then what I do is I just click in the circle and puts it in the circle. And what I want to do is I'm going to put a stroke around this. I'm probably what I want is probably that yellow color, so let me add that to your swatch panel. So when you add everything, all your colors to your swatch panel, it makes your life a lot easier. And so I'm going to add that stroke, yellow, increase the thickness of the stroke. That's a picture of you. Again, I don't have a picture of you, but I'm just assuming. And then what you do here is over here on the left, you kind of experiment and you might say, okay, and you'd use your Captain American font. So I'm going to use that yellow again. And of course, again, I don't really have that. So I'll just leave it Arial at this time and make it bold. I want to increase the size. You can even make it larger too. So let's go up to 88, something like that. Now eventually what you might do, you might add effects to it. You might see what a shadow, make it stand out. And then I add another frame right down here. A little bit more about me. Make it yellow. Make it a little bit larger. You know, something like that. Kind of grab my attention, you know. And you can use the same stuff, but what I would try to do is not make it as much as a resume, but, you know, kind of talk to me. Give me some more information. You know, what do you do? What are your experience in? So what I would have done is where it says objective, seeking position running in company social media graphics. Well, I would explain that your expertise is social media graphics, and that, you know, explain that in a little more detail. Add a little couple extra lines of text for that purpose. And then what I would do is I would divide this up into 2 columns. So I'd probably take this experience, and actually let's do this. Let's just delete this out really quick. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to resize this text frame. So you got this, you put your paragraph in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over to the About page, to the thumbnail side. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to Page Properties, Control click if you're on the Mac. I'm going to do 2 columns. Okay. I'm going to paste this in. I'm going to resize this. To 1 column. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, like, for example, reference and skills. I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to take this over here and make this into the 2nd column. It's going to help balance it out. Then what you could do is you can add some visuals to this. You can add graphics instead of text. You know, so there's some things you can do with that. So at least something like that will help with your design.